Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. I am going to go over the 8-3 skills practice worksheet, 2 through 20 even. But I am going to show you how to use the FOIL method to solve these rather than the box method. So these are very similar, not very similar, these are the exact same problems. We're just going to use a different method to multiply them to see if we can get the same solution. So let's get started and see if we can do it. So starting with number 2, FOIL first. The first terms are the x and the x. So we're going to do x times x, which gives me x squared. The outer terms, so we're going to do x times 2, which gives me 2x. Then we need to multiply the inner terms, which is 2 times x, which also gives me a 2x. And then the last terms of each of the sets of parentheses, which is 2 times 2, which is 4. Running out of room there. Sorry about that. Now, looking here, we have a 2x and a 2x. Those two are going to combine, so we have x squared comes down. The 2x and 2x become 4x, and then we still have our plus 4. And if you notice, what we have right here matches the answer that we got using the box method. They both say x squared plus 4x plus 4. So that means we did it correctly. All right, now moving on to the next part, I am going to multiply number 4. Now number 4 says we have t plus 4 times t minus 3. So we're going to do the first terms, which is t times t, which is t squared. Then the outer terms, t times negative 3, which is negative 3t. Then we're going to multiply the inner terms. 4 times t is 4t. And then the last terms, 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Sorry about that, guys. I ran out of room again. We can see the negative 3t and the 4t. Those are like terms. So we have t squared and then plus t, because negative 3 plus 4 is 1t, and then minus 12. And you can see that this and this are the exact same. So we got the same answer using FOIL and using the box method. So that's good. Moving on to number 6. We're going to do first terms, n times n, that's n squared. Outer terms, n times 1, which is 1n. Inner terms, negative 5n. And last terms, negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. From there, we have two like terms. We have a positive 1 and a negative 5n. So we have our n squared, and then we have minus 4n minus 5. And this answer is exactly the same as what we got when we did the box method. So that's good. Okay, next one's number 8. First term, 2x times x. That's 2x squared. And then we're going to do 2x times 3, which is 6x. So first outer, now we need to multiply the two inner terms. We have negative 6 times x, negative 6x. And followed by that last terms, negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. Now moving from there, we have two like terms right there. So we have 2x squared, and then 6x minus 6x is 0x. So we don't need to write that, and we still have our minus 18. And as you can see, this is exactly the same as this. So once again, our answers match. That's great. Number 10. Let me draw this line down here a little bit for you. Okay, we have 2t times t. That's the first terms. So 2t times t is 2t squared. 2t times negative 4 is negative 8t. Now the inner terms, 5 times t is 5t. And then the last terms, 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. From there, the like terms are highlighted right there, negative 8t and 5t. So the 2t squared stays. Negative 8 plus 5 is negative 3t. And then we have minus 20. And let's see, we have 2t squared minus 3t minus 20. 2t squared minus 3t minus 20. Perfect. Got the same answer. Moving on to number 12. Let me actually put that right there. First term, q times 5q. That is going to be 5q squared. And then we have q times negative 1, which is negative q. Now, inner terms, 5 times 5q is 25q. And last, 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. Looking at the center, there are our like terms. So we have 5q squared. Negative 1 plus 25 is positive 24q. And then minus 5. So here's our answer. And right there is our answer. And let me scooch this up. Yep, matches. 5q squared plus 24q minus 5. So we're doing good here. The next one, number 14, 2m times 3m. First, for FOIL. 2m times 3m is 6m squared. Now we got to do 2m times negative 3, which is negative 6m. Now we need to do 2 times 3, which is 6m. And then 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6. Now looking in the center for our like terms, we have a negative 6m and a 6m. So those are going to cancel each other out. And we're going to be left with 6m squared minus 6. And if we check to see 6m squared minus 6, 6m squared minus 6, yep, they match perfect. So we are good for number 14. Number 16, same thing, FOIL for first. So we're going to do 5a times 2a. That is 10a squared. Then we're going to do 5a times negative 3, which is negative 15a. Then we have negative 2 times 2a, which is negative 4a. And then negative 2 times negative 3, which is positive 6. Looking for our like terms. There are our like terms. So we have 10a squared minus 19a plus 6. And there we go. Does that match? 10a squared minus 19a plus 6. 10a squared minus 19a plus 6. Yes, it matches. So we're good for number 16. Number 18. Same thing, FOIL first. 6y times 2y gives me 12y squared. 6y times 3 gives me 18y. Then we have negative 4 times 2y, so the inner terms, which is negative 8y. And then we have negative 4 times positive 3, which is negative 12. Like terms, 12y squared, and then the 18y minus 8y becomes 10y. And then the minus 12 drops down. There's our final answer. And it matches perfectly with what we got using the box method. So the last one, guys. We have x times 2x, 2x squared. So first, now the outer. So we have x times negative y, which is negative xy. Inner, right there. So it's a negative y times a positive 2x gives me negative 2xy. And last, negative y times negative y is positive y squared. From there, we have similar terms. We have 2x squared. Negative 1xy and negative 2xy is negative 3xy. And then we have our plus y squared. And that matches this. So we got the right answer. All right, guys, that's it. We got through it. Good job.